Friday night. The Laurel Spartans were looking to rebound after last week's big loss to the Farrell Steelers. This past Friday night, they were at Mercer to take on the Mustangs. Let's see how George Miles' club rebounded from that loss to Farrell. It's Laurel and Mercer, Spartans in the white jerseys, and we see the Mercer Mustangs on offense first, completing a pass against the Laurel Spartans, whose defense was excellent all night long against the Mercer Mustangs. As you see right there, nowhere to go. Big John Rich in on the stop for the Spartans, who limited Mercer to 125 yards, but most of that really late in the ball game. The Mustangs picked that up with their second string. Jason Gregg's the quarterback on the option play here. Spartans cover that nicely. Laurel, of course, looking to rebound from last week's loss against the Farrell Steelers. Tom Barker, 95 yards on the day, rips off 15 on that carry. Go under center, rolling to the far side, looking upfield. Hits his receiver for another big gain, and the Spartans in business early down to the Mercer 5-yard line. Now Barker looks like he gets into the end zone right here, but Barker stopped just short of the end zone. On the following play, we'll see quarterback Chris Hupko follow his center for the first touchdown of the game. So early on, Laurel leading it by a score of 7-0. There you see it, still in the first quarter of play. Spartans again on offense. Hupko hitting his receiver on the near sideline, and the Spartans picking up big yardage inside the 40, and in fact inside the 35-yard line. Now we'll also see Hupko again under center, and Chris will drop back to pass. Watch Dave Patton. Is he open? You think so? Nobody near him within 10 yards. David Patton on a 29-yard pass play from Chris Hupko, who added the extra point. Laurel leading it 14-0. We're in second quarter action. Spartans aren't fooled by that screenplay penalty, one against the Mustangs, a holding penalty. Chris Hupko back leading the Spartan offense. Hupko will rip off big yardage here, around a 10-yard gainer for Laurel, who's looking to add on another touchdown, already leading it at this point, 14-0. The pitch going out to Barker, looking for some room to run. Barker makes some great moves, still on his feet. A super run by Tom Barker of some 20 yards. He picked up 95 in the contest. Hupko under center, and the touchdown for Laurel. That time, Eddie Malls on the 1-yard run. Again, Hupko would add the extra point. You see it, Laurel leading it now 21-0. Big blitz. Jason Gregg's nowhere to go, but is able to elude a couple of Spartans. Now he throws the ball upfield, and it is caught. Nice play there by the Mercer Mustangs, picking up close to first down yardage on that particular play. Again, Gregg's on a deep drop, quickly over the middle. Pass is incomplete, almost picked off by Laurel. Now the Mustangs again will have to give up the football. They punted 4 times on the evening. This kid can do it all. He does it here. This is number 9, the quarterback, Chris Hupko. It appears he's got nowhere to go, but he bounces outside, gets to the 40, cross midfield, and inside Mustang territory. Laurel leads it at this point 21-0. Handoff there. Touchdown again for Laurel. Tom Barker on a 2-yard run. We would like to thank the Laurel coaching staff for the availability of this film. Also, too, in the previous piece with Joe DiCristoforo of Newcastle, thanks to him for that film. Here at Mercer, one of their better plays of the evening, Jason Gregg's hitting his receiver for big yardage across midfield. But the Spartan defense, unlike against Farrell, had penetration on Jason Gregg's all night long, as Gregg's has wrapped up another sack there for Laurel. They lead at 28-0. This is second half action at Mercer Mustang Stadium. Jason Gregg's dropping, looking for somebody to pass to, throws a Hail Mary downfield, and it is picked off again by the Laurel Spartans, and again by number 9, Chris Hupko. Coming up on third quarter action, Hupko with a handoff. Again, that's Todd Atkins. Now, Atkins normally an offensive lineman, but George Miles wanted more blocking in the backfield. Felt he's been missing that since Jeff Calderero has been out with an injury. So move Todd Atkins into the fullback spot, and it helps there as Tom Barker picks up big yardage. And we'll see Atkins get it, go off left tackle, bounce off a couple of Mustangs, and go into the end zone for the 6 points. Laurel will try a 2-point conversion here, the fake 2-point conversion, which you never know. Maybe practicing this and maybe using this later on the season. It goes no good, but you see the flag right there. You see the flag going against Mercer, so now Laurel just decides to go for the 1-point conversion, and Hupko will hit it, and the Spartans way out in front now by a score of 35-0. Laurel in the ball game, 374 yards to 125 for Mercer, so a big night offensively for Laurel. Mercer trying to get something on the board here, and another Mustang pass is picked off on the near sideline. So the Spartans did a great job in coverage all night long. Into the ball game now is John Fennick for Laurel. He's the backup quarterback, taking the place of Chris Hupko with a lot of the reserves in the ball game now. You see it at the end of 3. They lead it 35-0. John Fennick, the quarterback for the Laurel Spartans. Boy, that would have been a big gain right there. Unfortunately, one of the Spartans slipping as getting across the line of scrimmage. Fennick will drop back to pass, roll to the far side. He avoids the pressure, but now he's sacked. But they throw flags all over the place on that play. And Fennick's back under center. All the starters, most of the starters for Laurel, now out of the ball game. Chris Hupko and Tom Baker and the rest of the crew had a big game. This time, Fennick will hit one of his receivers for a nice gain right there, that being Scott McCoy for some 14 yards. Mercer on offense. Mustangs want to get something on the board to avoid the shutout, and they get close to the end zone right there. Looked like the Spartans were going to intercept that, but no, it goes for a Mercer touchdown as Scott McClay picked off a 35-yard pass from Jason Gregg. So now it's 35-6, and Laurel just running the clock out here late in the contest as the Spartans will score one more time in the ball game. Scott McCoy did a 7-yard run for Laurel. Fennick again back under center. Fennick rolls to the far side, looks for somebody to pass to, does upfield. Pass is caught again. As we told you, the Spartans here very shortly will be getting into the end zone for another touchdown this evening. Fennick on the handoff. Couple of nice tackles broken right there. And the ball inside the Mustang 10-yard line to about the 7. And we'll see Scott McCoy here very shortly score the final 6 points of the football game. There he goes. McCoy gets into the end zone. Hupko out of the extra point, and Laurel wins it easily, 42-6 over Mercer. This week, the Laurel Spartans take on the Mohawk Warriors at home. The Spartans trying to hang on to that second-place finish. If they do, of course, they'll be in the upcoming WPIAL playoffs. Still to come this week.